Anyone who goes to any school in the state of New York will understand that we are having our rights clearly violated by our governor. They are pulling an unconstitutional law which restricts our freedom of speech. They allow the neglect of the safety systems that are meant to protect our students. But yet here we are today. They ban phones, but yet they protect the guns that are used to kill people every day. Just earlier today in Minneapolis, 2 children were killed after a mass shooter shot up a mass in a Catholic school. It's insane how when the students are calling out the abuse, when they're calling out the neglect, when people are starting to open their eyes, now is the time when they ban phones from schools. How many children have to be killed to gun violence every day? Before, phone bans were optional. Schools had the choice on whether to ban them or not to ban them. But now, here you are, violating our rights to protect our personal property and censoring us. We can tell we aren't dumb. Children die every day from gun violence. And here you are, ignoring it. You don't care about us. You don't care about your New Yorkers. You are not a real New Yorker. You don't care. Any New Yorker who's gone to any school in any era of the city of New York can tell you for certain. Safety systems that have been in place have been neglected for years. The last safety system that many of these schools got were an upgrade in the 1980s. And many of them are still neglected to this day. But yet here we are. We're spending billions of dollars pretending that everything is okay by censoring the people. You go to Brooklyn Prep High School, you'll see the building crumbling apart. And yet they ban phones in order to try and quiet down the people who are seeing what they're doing. Because they get to say, hey, this is not happening because they got no evidence. Why don't you learn? Why don't you take this and accept that there is a flaw in the system? And we must make it better. I don't want to have to worry every day I walk into school and worry that I'm going to get shot by some random crazy guy with an AR-15 who just so happened to somehow get into the building. We had an incident at 345 Park Avenue. How many bullets are shot a year, Miss Hogle? I have the answer. Millions of bullets are shot every year in the city of New York. I ask for all our mayor-elects, Adams, Cuomo, Mamdani, Sliwa, I ask, do you care about our safety? Do you stand with the people to make us safe? That to spend money on our safety systems instead of censoring our rights. We have rights, Ms. Hogle. The First Amendment protects everything we do. Everything we say is protected. Many charter schools in the city pretend to care, but they really don't. I could tell you, I've been to charter schools for most of my life, and I'll tell you this for certain, they don't care. AMS2 doesn't care. United Charters doesn't care. Success Academy doesn't care. Dream Academy doesn't care. None of you guys care. You all have doctors in your names. You all have all these high-ranking names, but yet you come here looking like children. You come in looking useless every day. You act more like children than we do. How is it that we care more about our safety than you do? What happened to back in the day when we were the ones doing dumb stuff and you were the one trying to keep us safe? What happened to that? Now it's the other way around. We have children who come around with guns every day. We have children who get shot every day. I've seen people get shot. I've seen children who are my age get shot. I've seen children who are my age and younger shoot people. Why does that happen? Why do you let that happen, Hogle? Why do you let that happen, Adams? You were a cop, Adams. You don't care. You just want whatever can fund the genocide. I will not stand for a blatant violation of our rights. A man does not have his right to murder children every day. And children do not have the right to be censored when they are saying stuff about it. For my parents who are watching, for my parents who are in here, you know they don't care about you. You're old enough to know they don't care about you. What makes you think they care about your child, huh? What makes you think that when you get shot and when your child is involved in a shooting, what makes you think they'll come in and say, hey, we care about you and we care about what you're going through? They don't care. And I mentioned the genocide, the murder of the children in Gaza. You use much of this money to fund the genocide that Israel is supporting. And I will stand by in my head, free Palestine from the river to the sea. As much as I have opinions on war, I do not believe in the murder of children or civilians in any case, in any war. Murder is wrong. Censorship is wrong. And what Kathy Hochul is doing to our students is blatant censorship and a violation of our First Amendment right. As you, Kathy Hochul, are preventing us from speaking out. War is an unnecessary thing and it should never happen at all. Of course, this isn't my place to talk about war, but I will stand with the people. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. You will put censorship and banning our phones before preventing lives of our children being lost. The men, the women who raise high in the ranks of the people, they will pretend to care. But at the end of the day, they're going to stand in their offices while supporting the murder of many children, while neglecting the safety of many children here. Why do you do it? Success Academy is proven to be an abusive school, and yet they ban phones in order to prevent people from knowing that. I ask as a parent, will you put your child's life in danger just to save money? Will you as a parent ever risk your child dying just to save a couple dollars? Will you put money over your morality? I stand here for the 919 3rd Avenue. I stand and protest with my fellow AMS students and my fellow New York City students, where I say censorship will never be accepted. We will not give our phones. We will not accept yonder pouches as a form of censorship. We will not ever accept censorship over morality. You say this will stop cyberbullying, but it won't. It's going to relocate cyberbullying. Now they're just going to do it outside of school. Stop pretending like you care. Stop finding excuses. Accept the truth. And I, Jason Esparra, will stand for the people. We demand the truth. And we demand the people to be accepted. And we demand an overturn of this unfair, unconstitutional law. Thank you for listening.